Welcome back, guys. My name is Dalton and this is Fixate Garage. The original plan for this video was to do a 6-month update and then a 1-year update, but we're about 10 months later after we built this 30 by 40 garage with a 12-foot lean-to on the side. And the goal for this video is to kind of do a update on everything I've done in the 10 months that I've owned it and showcase just the process of that with a realistic kind of time frame and budget for how I went about it, because everything I did with this has been budget built, as cheap as I could do, like hand-me-down stuff given to me. I also want to get some ideas from you guys on what I could do better with the shop space, if you have any suggestions on how to fix some of the problems that I have, and also just to create a discussion down below. That way I learn something and the people watching this can learn something.
All right, so the first major update is this water problem. We've had this problem since even before the garage was built. We believe that the concrete pad got poured badly or the grading was done wrong. Regardless, we get water that comes up under the door because it is sunk in the middle just ever so slightly. And the only way we've been able to combat it is using a shop vac and squeegeeing it every time it rains, which is a time-consuming process, but as you can tell, it's a little satisfying. I mean, I guess that's something, right? Now, I do think if we installed some gutters or maybe a drain at the base of the garage doors, it would fix the problem. But these door sills right here are the only thing that I've installed to negate some of the water. And as you can tell with the before and after here, it did help quite a bit. It slowed down the water, but it didn't really stop it. I also tried caulking the base of the building, but where there's just so much extra water coming in, it just cracks up and broke up and didn't really do anything.
So as I'm showcasing some of the stuff that I've done to the shop and things that have changed, I'm going to go through and sprinkle in a little bit of lessons I've learned as we've been building the shop out to what it is now and getting to the point where we're at. Anyways, first lesson I have learned is patience. As somebody that kind of grew up in the social media world and seeing like the highlight reel of everybody else's life, I had like really high expectations going into this, along with almost everything else that I do. I thought I'd have a lot more stuff going on with the shop and all the different builds and better stuff. I don't know, because you watch YouTube videos, you think that like, oh, this is easy. Turns out it's not. It turns out this is a very long process, and the reason people got to the where they are is because they spent like probably better part of a decade getting to that point. And I've started to see that now. And all that is just patience, kind of realizing that the whole point of it is the process of building it out to what you want it to be, not just getting it. You know what I mean? Which honestly has been the most important lesson, because I've started to appreciate the smaller stuff. Like when we get a new tool, like I started to get my own power tools. That was freaking awesome, because I've only ever used wrenches and like a 1/2 inch impact to take a wheel off. You know what I mean? Like I've never had like a 3/8 or an actual electric grind, just stuff like that. You start appreciating the little things once you kind of realize like it's going to take some time.
Speaking of tools, this has been my favorite part yet. We got our own toolboxes. Before this point, I've only ever had a bag full of tools that I kept in a car, whatever car I was driving. So to have a stationary place to keep my tools has been absolutely awesome, along with obviously having the building. But this alone, I don't know, just made me very, very happy. To deck out these newly acquired toolboxes, we pimped it out with Hercules power tools and Craftsman tools we got off of Amazon. So the cheapest we could do that would get the job done.
It's thundering, but I think this is the third and final lesson. I'm just going off what I wrote down. I might add some more, but you can't do this alone. That has been a rude awakening for me. This has been a long process that required a lot of folks to come out and help me with. I've always been the overly independent type, but I've realized without my dad, my friends, my girlfriend, my family, and just people that have supported me through this, even you guys watching these videos, I wouldn't have been to this point without the support and without the actual physical labor and help of doing this thing. Yeah, you can't do it alone. And if you think you big dog and do it all by yourself, more power to you, because I'm not that guy.
All right, I know the camera's gonna absolutely tear this up, but this is super. I'm excited. Okay, check it out. We got power. Finally. Now, if I could hit the stanky leg, it'd be real stanky right about now, because I'm excited, man. I'm pumped about the electricity. I did not get to film probably any of it because it was like a 2 or 3 week process for them to come out here, dig the line, set up the breaker box, set up the meter box, set up all these lights, and very, very happy with the results, to be honest, because I feel like they did a pretty solid job. But long story short, we are still working on building out more plugs, more lights, but we had to do the absolute bare minimum to pass the permit or the license or whatever it was to just have the power hooked up. I think we had to have the breaker and the meter box, at least 2 plug-ins and like 2 lights and so forth and so on. I can't remember, but we met all the criteria, so now we can start building it out however we want. And we're gonna have probably 2 to 3 plugs on every single wall, with for sure like 1 or 2 220 outlets for the welder. I don't know, man. It's exciting stuff. It's pretty much a full-fledged workshop now. I mean, everything else after this point is just like creature comforts, like insulation and so forth and so on. Do need to sort out the water problem a little bit more, but other than that, man, like it's coming together like really quickly. So now we got to get some more money coming in.
So my day job is welding, so you guys know I was excited to set up some plugs so I could actually use my welder at home. Ever since I've owned this Harbor Freight welder, which has been for like 3 or 4 years now, I've used it like maybe 3 times ever, and I've never had a proper tank and like gas setup for it to actually weld. I did some flux core like once or twice, but other than that, never used it. Compared to the welders I'm used to at work, this thing feels like a little toy, and it doesn't weld half bad, but you can't weld heavy duty.
So that brings us to today and how the shop currently is. These 2 bays on the right side here are mine, and then over here on the left is my dad's. And as you can tell, it's a little bit of a catch-all. I mean, the grill is mine, but my dad and my brother's boat, that's their project. And then I have this entire section over here along with all my toolboxes back there. Like any other new shop, you start to get a lot of clutter pretty quick. Down through here is a bunch of 240 parts and wheels and stuff like that. And most of this stuff should be on a car, but that's a different story. And since I like being out here so much, one of the things that I started to invest in is a little hangout corner. Me and my girlfriend put this together, and we probably have less than $100 in everything you see here. Both the couches were free. The blankets probably come from Goodwill for like $5, $10. We got this TV for free. We got that table for $5. The TV stand's like $20. And then I got the refrigerator over here for like $50. And it's one of those from the 70s. So you know this thing's gonna run forever and run great. It's honestly crazy how much progress has been made in the last 9 to 10 months. I'm very happy with it. I've been trying my best to try to keep everything organized the best I could. We got my toolboxes back here. We got my welder. Organization is not the best. I currently do not have any kind of shelving system, which I think would clear up a lot of space off of this back wall area because it is a little cluttered. And then like I said, over here on this side of the shop, this is my dad's area. It's a little bit of a catch-all. Given a lot of these parts over here in this corner is mine. I got Miata stuff and a little bit more 240 stuff, but that's all random stuff. Take care of the property and whatnot. All things considered, I'm very stoked on the garage to this point. Yeah, there's still some problems we need to work out, as you could tell, but I've learned a lot from owning this thing. Very happy with everything that I've learned and very happy with the way that things have been. It's allowed me to do a lot more than I ever expected, create a lot more cool memories. It's like just the place that I want to be like 90% of the time because, I mean, what is a man without a shop, you know what I mean? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys can get a little bit of inspiration and learn something down in the comments if people comment down below. Oh yeah, this was something I was going to update within the video, but we might not have to sell the 240. I made a video about that got a lot of support. Might have figured out a way to actually be able to keep it. The original thing was I was going to sell it so I could get a down payment, but we might be able to work the numbers around where I don't have to pay as much out of pocket, so that would be awesome. If we get to keep it, expect a good 240 video down the line when I can actually do this thing right. I'm gonna bring her back. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.